modern Chile is one of South America's most stable and prosperous nations. As a result of its strong financial institutions and sound economic policies, Chile became the first South American country to join the OECD in 2009. And today, its 9% annual growth rate is fueled by an innovative trade and export-oriented economic strategy. Traditionally known for its mineral wealth and mining industries, recently Chile has been making its mark as a world-class agricultural powerhouse. Deservedly famous for their winemaking, Chile's farmers are now also breaking into new markets with non-traditional, high-value products. Key to the success has been the development of agribusiness incubator programs like Fundación Chile. Launched in 1976 as a nonprofit joint venture between public and private interests, Fundación Chile is one of the most successful agribusiness incubator programs in the world. Over the years, Fundación Chile has been involved in the incubation and launch of over 75 companies across the agribusiness sector.
What works in Fundación Chile very well is when you have a team that can really be identifying general areas where there are good opportunities to start up new agribusiness.
The Fundación Chile team then looks for an entrepreneur to pick up the research and develop a business from it. Someone like Karina von Baer, the CEO and founder of Oleotop, a major rapeseed grower that supplies oil products from farmers to processors to the makers of salmon feed.
You have to start small, but you have to think big from the beginning. You have to think on how do I do this and how do I multiplicate this. It's not a matter just of solving this problem. It's a matter of creating a system which works.
And Karina's system certainly works. In 2008, international accountants Ernst & Young named her the Entrepreneur of the Year. Elsewhere in Chile, the Fundación has incubated a wide range of other businesses, undertaking all of the necessary functions in the value chain, from research and development to project management to distribution and sales.
I think the role of Fundación does not end by simply having identified that this is an opportunity and an entrepreneur, because this is going to be something new and it's going to have a lot of uncertainties. The business support is very important. It's a fundamental part of the successes. And I believe that the model to really work out needs to continue to be able to accompany, at least in the first couple of years, the experience.
It was Fundación Chile's impressive track record in incubating agribusinesses that appealed to financiers and farmers in Mexico. Specifically, the model appealed to Francisco Conejo, the president of a rural bank in the state of Jalisco, who decided to find out more.
Our basic idea was to find out how we could generate wealth through new innovation. Another question guiding us was how can we distribute wealth in a manner that is more equitable, in which more people can participate and have access to technologies that aren't currently available. We quickly discovered that the most successful model is Fundación Chile, so we decided to apply this model in the state of Jalisco.
And so, Fundación Jalisco was born. But unlike the Fundación Chile, Francisco and his partners did not have access to large federal and private funds to begin the venture, so they started small.
Fundación Chile is a large institution, very focused on innovation. The lesson we learned is that it would take a lot of investment, a lot of institutional development, and lots of time to replicate. We wanted to apply something much more practical, not to create or make the innovations, but to apply the innovations.
Members of the Fundación Jalisco team have visited agricultural research centers and farming organizations around the world to identify the very best opportunities for Jalisco's climate, soil, and irrigation characteristics. That quest has led them to the olive groves of Italy, to the kiwi fruit plantations of New Zealand, and to the goat's milk cheesemakers of France. But perhaps Fundación Jalisco's most notable success has been in the development of a thriving blueberry industry.
We had groups of farmers who were facing all the uncertainty of shifting from their traditional crops to new crops. They were desperate to try something new, more profitable than corn and other staples. We showed them how planting blueberries could bring high potential returns. We gave them a couple of plants and began field research. When Fundación Jalisco first realized that blueberries were an interesting prospect, we contacted experts, visited the markets, and established links with some of the largest blueberry producers in the world. We created a nursery in collaboration with Vitalberry, where we could grow seedlings for the farmers to plant. We saw the potential of producing blueberries in Jalisco given the climate, the soils, the proximity to the major markets. We started to realize the prospect that we could create a successful business.
Agribusiness incubators are most successful when they intervene throughout entire value chains. In addition to investing in the nursery and teaming with Vitalberry, Fundación also helped craft government policy around blueberry farming. By connecting all the stakeholders in the value chain, Fundación Jalisco has incubated more than 800 small and medium-sized blueberry producers in Mexico, supplying the U.S., Europe, and other markets. The economics are persuasive. Blueberry cultivation is 8 times more profitable than growing sugarcane and 10 times more profitable than growing corn. It's no wonder that farmers are lining up to become part of this new phenomenon.
We needed to make this change because growing corn isn't profitable in this area. Yes, in the past with corn, I discovered that 4 hectares of crop doesn't yield enough to support my family. We used to grow sugar cane, but there is no comparison. When the people from Chile came and showed us what to do, now I'm making more in 7 months with blueberries than I could have made in 2 years with cane. They showed us how to plant and cultivate, and they taught us all of the other details. We have a pre-purchase of our crop before the harvest. It gives us security. No one hesitates with that kind of deal. Fundación Jalisco experts come every week or 10 days to give us advice and support. With 4 hectares of blueberries, I have enough profit to make things comfortable for my family. I like it. The social commitment of our business leaders must be more than just making money. It is one thing to provide social welfare to the poor, but it is much more important to support the opportunities for wealth creation. If business leaders choose to invest in Fundación Jalisco development projects, they will benefit by making profits that most other projects won't achieve. But more so, they will benefit the community by generating new lines of business and opportunities that didn't exist before. The investment in innovation generates new wealth creation in general and also generates wealth for the community.
The Fundación models illustrate how innovation is needed to keep a country competitive in international export markets, while helping its rural citizens pursue higher standards of living. These incubators don't simply exist to fill a market gap, but to trailblaze a transformation in economic approach as they provide a bold model for developing sensible and profitable agribusiness.